Hey kids, this is Mr. Morgan, and we are going to learn how to do the assignment's displacement formulas. And so I'm going to ask you guys to be quiet for a second. First one, you see a penny is dropped. It takes a total time of 2.85 seconds to reach the ground. How high was it dropped from the formula? Right? The formula is 1/2 acceleration times time squared, right? So it's 0.5 times the acceleration to gravity, which is 9.8 meters per second, times time squared. And then what we're going to do is we're going to remember that acceleration of gravity is 9.8, and we can half that, so that would give us what? 4.9. So all we do, and if you look, this is a multiplication problem. So on Google Calculators, you can go 4.9 times, because that is 1/2 acceleration, 2.85 squared. 2.85, and then the square button is somewhere, right? That's x to the y. Or you can add a parentheses and go 2.85. 2.85 times 2.85 and parentheses. Parentheses are going to be vital throughout this entire semester. And now you've got your distance. So what you can do is just go to your second decimal and copy and paste that. And then it doesn't have units here, so we're not going to worry about units. Generally, I say units. And so I'm going to save and submit this and see if I'm right. Yay! But one of the things I'm going to ask you to do, aside from being silent while I'm going through this, because I don't want to ruin this recording. All right, here, a penny is dropped. It takes a total time of 29. How high was it dropped? That is the exact same thing. You just square this, multiply it by 4.9. And if you don't believe me, you can come to Google Calculator and go 4.9 times. And I'm not sure that this is the same thing. Times, is that 2.91? 2.91. 2.91. If that gives it squared, that gives us 4.50 or 4.48. Oh, no, here it is, 4.49. Look, that's easy. So you can just hit the square button. Now, this one, because this is in centimeters, we can use 490. Does that make sense? But we have to use this formula, which is the square root of distance divided by 490. And that is how you set it up. Distance divided by 490 square rooted. So our distance divided by 490 and square rooted. So on here, you have 113 divided by 490, and then answer. Then you hit square root, answer equals. And you come back to review your test, and that's it. And so you can see 0.48 gives you 0.48. And I think a penny is dropped, the square root, that's it. Total time. That's it for the whole thing. So you can use a variation of either of those two. Either you're multiplying or you're dividing and then taking the square. Okay? So like on this one, you'd have to tell me how to do that. And the formula is given, 1/2 acceleration times time squared. So you'd have 4.9 times 122 squared. So if we just do that, 4.9 times 1, what was it, 1.22? Wait, where was that one? 729. Oh, you know what? That's 490. On this one, it would have to be 490. So if you get this one wrong, you just forgot to times by 100. And I'll handle that. But that's it. That is what it takes to do displacement formulas. Good luck. If you have any questions, come see me.